Hello and welcome to another top 10 here on my channel. It is that time again of the year when I decide which ones of games and movies and etc. I thought was the best of the year, at least in my opinion. If you have your own opinion, that is yours alone. Yeah. This is essentially a list of games. In this video at least, of games that I thought were the most fun to play and most interesting when it comes to storyline, etc. So let's start. Number 10 are going to be Sherlock Holmes, the Devastator. I really liked the previous Sherlock Holmes games, so I just wanted to buy this as well and play it, and it was equally as fun and at the same time a little bit more fun than I actually thought it would be. It have many similar mechanics when it comes to the gameplay, but they also interpreted some more stuff to do essentially. For example, you get a cricket match, for example, and etc. etc. It just made it more interesting and more fun, and it's also more dark. It is also a darker story that I really like, and because of that it is on this list. Number 9 are going to be Firewatch. Firewatch are interesting because mainly of this storyline. It isn't that big of a in gameplay wise, but it is an interesting story that you just want to follow all the way through the game essentially. And I think it's also a really beautiful game. But sorry for that. Number 8 are going to be Watch Dogs 2. I really liked the first Watch Dogs, so when I bought this I had some expectations. In some ways it was a little bit better, and in some ways it was a little bit worse than the last Watch Dogs, but it was still a fun game. I really recommend it if you want an open world game about hacking essentially. Number 7 are going to be Pokemon Sun and Moon. Pokemon is back, and it is the first time I actually put a Pokemon game on this top 10 list. They have changed it a little bit when it comes to gyms and etc. When it comes to actually prove your power when it comes to Pokemon training, and I really like that because they actually took the risk to actually change it a little bit. Even though it's essentially a similar gameplay, they have changed it enough to make it an interesting game again. Number 6 are going to be Overwatch. Even though I don't really like multiplayer only games, sometimes I have some guilty pleasures when it comes to that genre, and Overwatch are one of those. It's really fun, really interesting to play. Even though it doesn't have any storylines in game or a campaign, you have storylines. You just have to look outside of the game. But anyway, it's still a fun game, really beautiful to look at, really fun to play. It's a fun game in my opinion. Number 5, it's really late release game, and it is finally released, The Last Guardian. The Last Guardian is a beautiful game. It's a beautiful story, beautiful world, beautiful emotions. It's just a fun, interesting and beautiful game. Everything about it is just wonderful in my opinion, and even though it has some dips in frame rates, it is still a fun game to play. So yeah. What was it? Number 4 are going to be Ratchet and Clank. This is a reimagination, so it is somewhat new, somewhat old, but I picked this because it's still Ratchet and Clank. I really love Ratchet and Clank, even though I haven't played a Ratchet and Clank game since PlayStation 2. I finally played it again on PlayStation 4. So, yeah. Number 3 are going to be Dragon Quest Builders. This was a surprise fun game, in my opinion. It is a combination of RPG with the Minecraft building and etc. And it's really fun, really just fun. You can build your own towns and you have quests, you have a storyline that is intriguing. It is simple but it's intriguing as well. It's just a fun game in my opinion because of its simplicity and at the same time the deep lore it has. Yeah. Number 2 isn't a full game but it's an expansion that is really fun and intriguing. It is The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. Witcher 3 Blood and Wine is usually as big as a regular game. It's got a really dark, interesting storyline about vampires and love, and it is set in a new environment, a new place, and it got interesting quests, side quests, and of course it's just a marvelous game. I loved The Witcher 3 last year. It was my top pick of last year, but it didn't pick it this year, mainly because one game stood above it, and it was number 1, Uncharted 4. Of course, many people probably say, wow, Uncharted 4, yeah, fanboy, etc. But in my opinion, Uncharted 4 is a marvelous put together game. It is got a beautiful world, great storyline, great characters, great use of the characters, great use of the world, great everything essentially. It got some drawbacks, but though it isn't that big ones, in my opinion, that would bring this game down from being my favorite game of this year. It's a marvelous game, highly recommend it, and yeah. And that was my top 10 games of this year. Hope you liked it. Hope to see you next time when it is time for a new topic on this channel when it comes to this top 10 list. So hope you next time.